Hey everyone, welcome to the second video of module 4. So for this module, we'll be creating a new notebook and then understand that what are these Python libraries, and we'll try to relate it with the example of rocket class that we had studied about in the previous video. And on top of that, to get more comfortable with what are these Python libraries, I'll also show you some of the examples with respect to GitHub repositories of these libraries. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want all of you to do is to create this type of a fresh notebook, which we'll be using throughout this whole module in order to explore the beauty behind this NumPy and Matplotlib. It's going to be super fun, that's my promise, but for that you will have to code along with me, alright? So go ahead, create this kind of a fresh collab notebook, give a good crispy title of your choice and the respective heading that you would like to give, whatever suits you the best. And once you are done, you can resume the video over here, right, and get started with what we are going to do over here. So I'm assuming that by now you have paused the video and got yourself this kind of a notebook. Let's dive into this NumPy and Matplotlib now. So what exactly is this NumPy and Matplotlib? Well, they are the Python libraries. What do they do? Well, they give you a certain type of code that you can use in your program, which can help you save a lot of your time not coding the same stuff. You just provide some kind of inputs and get your job done with respect to using this type of libraries. The major thing that we are going to do is that Matplotlib is going to be useful for us to create some kind of visualizations, and NumPy is going to help us create bunch of arrays in different ways. We can keep a track of what is the shape of the matrix that we'll be creating, do some type of linear algebra and whatnot. So NumPy is popular for this. And that's why NumPy is just a short version of numerical Python, alright? So this is something that this kind of Python libraries do. Just like this, we are having tons of other libraries as well. So to give you a more sense of what I'm trying to say over here is, just think about that in the previous module, you just understood that how you can create a class. Now in that class, you have written a whole set of code for a rocket. A very simple code, to be honest, but yes, you have written some sort of code over there where people just need to give you some kind of inputs and your job will be done. As in the user's job will be done. For example, while creating a rocket, if they give the X and Y location, your code will set a rocket to a particular location that is given by the user, right? Apart from that, after creating some of the rocket at some position, if you want to move the rocket, it's possible. How? If user is giving you this X increment, right, Y increment, whatever is the spelling, right, if your user is giving you this kind of things, you can give them that, you know what, if you want to move your rocket to this location, I'm going to do it for you. You don't have to write any set of codes. I have written it for you. You simply come over here, take my class that I have created, and not just class, you also know how to create functions, right? You have some bunch of functions, you have some type of classes. People can simply go ahead and start using them if you allow them to use it. And that's exactly what happens with this NumPy and Matplotlib. There are a bunch of classes and functions that we simply take and start applying into our program so that we don't have to rewrite the same type of code. Rather, we can focus more on how we can use this type of tools in order to create on top of that a beautiful different type of product altogether, right? So in our space application, what all things we can do with this NumPy and Matplotlib is something that I'm going to explain throughout this whole module and then start using it in the upcoming modules. All right. So yes, guys, this is something that we are going to do over here with respect to NumPy and Matplotlib. And before I end this video over here, let me go ahead and show this to you that what type of codes that they have written and what and how exactly are you going to use them. Okay. So for that, I'll just open a new tab. I'll search for Matplotlib GitHub. All right. This is a GitHub repository where all this kind of classes and functions are written with bunch of codes here and there by people across the world, all right? And just like that, people across the world are also using it and use it into their coding to make their code not write the same bunch of things again and again and just create some beautiful things on top of that. So if I show it to you over here, this is a Matplotlib. Inside this Matplotlib, there is a folder called lib. Inside this, there is Matplotlib. You go to there. And over there, there will be an option of pyplot. Just search for that. The reason I'm showing you this specific file is because a lot of things that you will be seeing over here will be taken from this file. Okay, from this file. From pyplot, we are going to take a lot of different functionalities over here. You can see that they've created a bunch of functions to do some things, right? Just look at it. All this kind of code you don't have to write. All of this is already written by the people. We are simply going to use it. So yes, that was about this Python libraries. Now in the next video, I'll be showing you how you can start using this kind of libraries into your code. So I'll see you over there.